I chose to take a deeper look into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or Mormons, for this video. The first thing I wanted to address was what I do know currently about the LDS, their history, practices, services, and to be honest, it wasn't much. I see lots of commercials on TV where they're reaching out to help people. They have a huge genealogical collection in Salt Lake City. I'd love to go there one day. And they talk about sealing people together. Oh, and they're polygamous. I can count on one hand how many practicing Mormons I have met. All women, all very nice. My first-hand knowledge are that missionaries were a common presence in their homes, and there is a lot of excitement about where missionaries are placed. Those missionaries are gone for an entire year with scheduled phone calls and emails home to family. Most were from out west, Utah, Arizona, California, and none of them appeared to be involved in polygamous marriages. Mark A. Knoll's book, A History of Christianity in the United States and Canada, tells us the LDS was founded by Joseph Smith, dates 1805 to 1844. On page 195 of the book, we discover that Smith was born to a religious but financially struggling family. When he was 11, the family moved to New York State. By the early 1820s, according to Smith, he began having visions. I was fascinated by this because he would have been less than 20 years old. At that age, I wasn't even certain what I wanted to do when I was older, and he was starting a religion. Overachiever. Knoll tells us that in 1830, Smith published the Book of Mormon, which was said to be given to him by an angel. This book is the field guide for the LDS, and I had no idea what was in it. It's the story of North America told through the eyes of prophets who lived here long before Europeans arrived, and at some point, Jesus' arrival among the native inhabitants. And it was all written on golden plates, their location revealed to Smith by an angel, after which he was instructed to translate them into English. In the article, A Gentile Recommends the Book of Mormon, by Peter A. Huff, he sums up the book by saying, "Some religions speak of heavenly messengers sent to earth. Some speak of divine books delivered supernaturally to select human agents. Some speak of living prophets loaded with divine mandate. Some speak of holy objects handled by the chosen few during a golden age of faith. Some speak of lost empires. Mormonism does it all." By 1831, Smith and his followers moved to Kirkland, Ohio, the first in several stops as they advanced west towards their final destination. Of course, Smith never made it to Salt Lake City. He was killed by an angry mob in Carthage, Illinois. He was killed, of course, in part over his ideas of plural marriage. In his article, Joseph Smith, Polygamy and the Levirate Widow, Samuel Morris Brown says that polygamy is the thing most non-Mormon Americans recognize about Mormons. Despite the fact that it was officially abandoned by the LDS in 1890, it has still clung. Every few years, news stories pop up about the fundamentalist LDS groups that still practice plural marriage illegally. Brown also points out in his article that Smith thought he was redefining marriage and looked to the biblical patriarchs and the Bible to explain the behavior. I'm still not exactly sure what I think about Joseph Smith. There were a few things that stood out to me, but regardless, he inspired many to make the trek west, look for their own safe haven, to practice their beliefs. And today, millions of people still pick up the Book of Mormon and attend LDS services.